Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 7 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great week, folks. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Create new agreements based on respect and love. Take the responsibility to make new agreements with those you love. If an agreement doesn't work, change the agreement. Create a new one. Use your imagination to explore all the possibilities. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials close up 52, NASDAQ up 28, S&P's up 10, gold contract up $6 at $1,677 an ounce. Silver up 50 cents at $32.98 an ounce. Platinum up 11 bucks at $1,650 an ounce. Copper up 9 pennies at $3.91 a pound. Light sweet crude, baby took off topside once again, up $2.20 at $105.22 a barrel. Bonds up 13 ticks at 138.05. Dollar index down 15 ticks, trading at 78.98. Euro at 133, and the yen down 83, trading out at 82.03. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Okay. We went today to an all-time high. Well, all-time high when I say, this year. Well, even last year. 1422.38. You closed at 1418.90. The last high, which was generated on the 27th, was 1419.50. Now, we haven't had any juice up here at all. Bottom line, you still don't have any. What we did here today is 763 million. We go over to the Dow Industrials now. With the Dow Industrials, the Dow had been trying to get into that high that was generated out there from the 16th of March. That high was 13,289. It gets to 13,297. Gets over it, closes underneath it. We go to the 16th. We go take a look at the 16th versus today. And what you have is this. The 16th, we did 1.6 billion. So watch how this shakes out, folks. You went up there, you tested the high, and the Dow's the only one that hadn't tested the high, by the way. Okay? The Russell had tested the high. The NASDAQ had tested the high. The S&P had tested the high. Couldn't handle the high. Backed down. Didn't have any volume on the way down either. Dow Industrials, we did 763 million versus 1.6 billion. That is a sweet test of a high. That is saying that the Dow, when you take a look at it now that you have a failure on price, you have a failure on volume, that's saying that sets up that it's going to go try to attack the 13,000 again. So right now, that's not a big deal, meaning almost 264 points. The real key is going to be, does it come down with any volume? It certainly hasn't. And when I say it hasn't from the November time frame. November, when we backed down, October, November, you had volume on the way back down. Now, let's go over to the NASDAQ Composite. We take a look at the NASDAQ Composite. This is what you have with the Composite. The Composite goes up 28 bucks. The Composite didn't back off. The Composite is going into the 31.34 level. We closed right at the bottom of that high volume. Well, it wasn't high volume. We have a high price day on the 27th. That number is 3119. Now, on the Composite, what we did is this. The Composite had volume out there of 1.7 billion. Bottom line is that we'll see whether the Composite can get anything going. Inside the Composite, of course, it was just all about Apple again. Apple has a huge acceleration up 19 points, 21 million shares. That takes it up and takes it up in a big way. Now, let's go to Europe for a second, because there's divergence out here today, folks, and this is what it is. The FTSE in London, the DAX in Germany, they absolutely accelerated price-wise coming into the close. And what is unusual is that our close actually sold off. That divergence is number one, important to keep your eye on. Number two, it's like, okay, the FTSE went from a price point of 57.48 to 57.74. That's a big run. It's over 1%. It's going into, though, the 58.63. You're at 58.71. And we did that with lighter volume, with 870 million versus 1.2 billion. So that's saying, yeah, you can fail right then and there. That's the FTSE. We go to the DAX in Germany. We take a look at the DAX in Germany. This is what you have with the DAX in Germany. DAX in Germany, decent acceleration on the way up. DAX in Germany is at 7,056. She did it with 137 million, and you're going to 167. So neither one of them had the juice, but you do have that price going there. Gold contract. Let's go over and we take a look at gold, what we had with gold out here. Price-wise, price spread out here today in gold was, you had a high point of 1685, low point of 1664. You did 102,000 contracts, and that's still not enough contracts, folks. What's going on is that we are coming into, it's a mega contract deal here. So, yeah, you're dealing with, that's not that bad. 164,000 contracts versus 102,000. Now, let's go into a few of these equities. If we start with an Eco Eagle, this is where it's going to get interesting. It's like, okay, already them getting a sign of strength. An Eco Eagle was up $1.58. Well, price-wise, not bad, okay? What she's going to need, however, is a lot more volume. And when I say a lot more volume, we're talking about a couple million more. We're only at 2.5 million. If we go over to Gold Corp, you take a look at Gold Corp, what you have, kind of Gold Corp is kind of screaming out. And what it's screaming out, it still didn't have the juice. Gold Corp needed to do about 11 million today. It did 4.8. You know, we go take a look at Newmont, which has been the dog out here. What you had with Newmont is that she's not back inside the range. She's up 84. Barrick, we take a look at Barrick, ABX. And Barrick can't handle it either. You know, so this little correction on the, well, it's not a little, it's a large correction. This correction is not over. We go over to the bond market. We take a look at bonds out here today. We had bonds, we're up 12 ticks. Bonds, now this is going to, the next few days in bonds, folks, are going to be big numbers. And the reason I'm saying that is this. It looks to me that you have A to B set up. The A point on the 30-year bond is 135. Your B is up there is 139. 135 what? Yeah, so it's 4 points. Today we backed in with lighter volume, and the way that's set up is that puts 141 back in on the table again. But what happens is this, is that once you're inside 139.08, which is only a point up, then you're in the larger range. You know, and that, with the larger range, of course, puts on the table once again is that are the 30-year going to be able to go break that 145 price point? The 145 price point up there, you break that 145 price point, that's going to put it into 160. Yes, absolutely insane, and yes, rates come a lot lower. Let's go take a look at some of the high-volume stocks we had out here today. You had Bank of America was up 11 cents. Avon Products was up 3.34. Intel was up 27. We had Citigroup up 32. Boston Scientific was down 1. So let's go over to the financials. The XLF. We take a look at the XLF. What we have with the XLF, she was up 12 cents today. Now she's gonna need more juice too. This is where this is. Okay, so the first high in the XLF. First off, the XLF broke out, and that's a nice breakout, meaning on the 13th of March. That had volume, that had everything it needed. Then the volume is dying on the vine. As it's dying on the vine on the 19th, which would make sense because you had an acceleration up 1597. Well, today what ended up happening, folks, is you're testing that with 88 million versus 112 million. That's saying that, hey, you know what? You're going to come back and try to get into the breakout area downtown again. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back.